welcome to the Big Blue Amusement Productions podcast, postgame podcast. I am Caleb, and I am proud to bring you this podcast. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say hats off to Coach Eric Musselman and the Arkansas Razorbacks on such a hard-fought game and outstanding win. You guys deserved it and made the necessary plays to win the game, and I believe you all will do great things in March. With that being said, I am not happy with the outcome of this game, and I do not believe in moral victories. So the first thing I want to talk about is the officiating in this game. Obviously, a lot of people are discussing this and absolutely slamming the officiating. While I agree there was a bit of home cooking by Doug Shows and Co. in the last minute, the officiating was not the reason we lost this game. And I believe the officiating wasn't great on both sides, and not just ours. The reason we lost this game comes down to three categories that I will talk about in the video. A, the start. B, the defensive breakdowns. And C, the coaching decisions. Now let's get into these categories. The first thing I want to talk about is the start of this game. We started this game off very poorly and got into a deep hole early. I think we were down like 13 at one point in the first half. This has unfortunately been a trend over the past several games, and it is very concerning going into March if we want to make a run in the tournament. We got down in a big hole at Tennessee last week and ended up getting blown out. Then we got down double-digit holes at Rupp against Alabama and LSU, but had great second halves to win those two games. The reason this is very concerning and why this and the Tennessee game were important is the fact that you can't keep getting yourself in these massive holes and expect to win the game, especially in tough environments like Bud Walton Arena today and Thompson Bowling last week, where the fans are going absolutely nuts. In the NCAA, you have to play a full 40 minutes or you are done. Well, here's what I'll say. 3 bad minutes equals back home you go. Obviously, we were able to get back into it and have our chances, but the hole we dug into, as well as defensive breakdowns and some coaching errors, caused it to slip away at the end, and we need to quit doing that if we want to make a run in the SEC and NCAA tournament. The next thing I want to talk about is the defensive breakdowns. Whenever we would get a basket and take the lead, we would then give up an easy layup, a three, or dunk, or when we would actually get a stop, we would turn it right back over, leading to one of those. That is something we can't have, as once again, if you break down, you go home in the tournament. You have to step up on defense and not turn it over when you do get a stop. The final thing I want to talk about is the coaching errors. Yes, I am putting the blame on the head coach. Like I've said many times, Cal has a track record of blowing close games due to his coaching flaws. A good example from past games include not calling a timeout to set up a play when you're down 1 or 2, which leads to a turnover and a dunk on the other side. Obviously, Cal did call a timeout here to set up a play, so I'm not complaining about that. What happened in this game is Cal drew up a play that involved Keon Brooks shooting a 3 when we have a better shooter out on the court in Kellen Grady. Why in the world would you draw the play around Keon and not Grady? It just doesn't make sense. Now, with all this out of the way, there were some good things from this game. Oscar Tshiebwe had himself a game today with 30 points and 18 rebounds. And even with an L, O gets nearly 20 rebounds. If he is not National Player of the Year, then I don't know who is. I think if he doesn't get National Player of the Year, it's rigged. He deserves it. And while I wasn't happy with Keon shooting the last shot, he still had 14 points and 5 rebounds. And then off the bench, Wheeler, which by the way, Ty and Wheeler played today, which is good. Wheeler had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists, while Ty Washington had 10 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. Not a terrible game by any means, but like I said, the giant hole we got in the first half, the defensive breakdowns, and coaching errors led to this tough loss to the Razorbacks, who are actually a very good team. Arkansas is the hottest team in the conference right now, and they recently beat Auburn and Tennessee at home, and they won on the road at Florida. So let's go ahead and put this game behind us and get ready for our last home game of the season on Tuesday night against probably one of the worst teams in the conference in Ole Miss. Then we have a tough game next week in Gainesville against a revenge-hungry Gators team who has given us plenty of trouble in the past. So thank you guys for watching the podcast today, and I will see you guys next time. Before I go, I just want to say the reason I only do these podcasts after losses is because it helps me relieve the pain I get after losses. Obviously, after losses, it's always painful for anyone. So it's great to relieve it through these podcasts. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Of course, do not forget to subscribe so you don't miss another video or future podcast. I'll see you later, and go Big Blue!